I arrived a bit late.
All right. Am I streaming?
Okay, let's see if I'm streaming.
No. Dame un chancecito.
Give me a chance
Para
to
hacer el
stream
stream.
first.
All right. Chicos, para dejarles saber, todo
All
quién
right,
no tiene aquí
guys, who
el link
here doesn't have the link
YouTube.
for the YouTube channel?
Si alguien no, pónganmelo en el chat.
If somebody doesn't have the link, please write it in the chat. If you don't have the link for the YouTube channel, let me give it to you. Wait a sec. I'm going to include it here, guys. Wait a second, I didn't copy that well, sorry. Okay, there you go. Here it is. Remember that all of our classes are posted directly in our channel. You have everything there. So you have it in boards and you also have it available on YouTube. So you can see this in any of these channels. Who's here for the first time? Please write it down in the chat. Who is here for the first time? I want to see who are the new people here. Who are the newbies? Okay, we have a couple of them. Cool. Victoria, Vicky, welcome. Welcome, Vicky. All right, you can also write down here in the chat. You've been there for 2 days, Isabel. Okay, so you are new too. You probably haven't heard about the compensation plan. I'm going to show you the compensation plan so you can learn how to earn money. If you can also start asking questions that you have on the compensation plan. Irma, if you see questions, please open up your mic and let me know so I can answer them when I'm in process of teaching. So nobody has questions? All right, perfect. Okay, so no questions. I can do what I like then.
Déjame ver aquí. Por ahora no. Ok, vas a tener varias.
We're going to have a few.
All right. So, voy a entrar primero a lo que es
Okay,
la
so let
plataforma
me access the platform
de nosotros en online
on the online
para que
platform
veas
for you
requisitos
to
si yo tengo
see the
requisitos para ser el
requirements if I
manager.
have
Perfecto,
requirements to
Sherry.
be a manager.
Sherry,
Okay,
te lo
perfect,
vamos a
Chariot.
enseñar en
We're going to
un
show them to
ratito
you
que
in
vamos a entrar.
1 minute, in a second.
So, aquí.
So here,
Pero
obviously, no, not here, but let's go to
a la página de LifeWave.
the LifeWave page. All of you have this page, right?
Obviamente aquí es en donde
Obviously, this is where you have your back office. So here, this is where you can see your weekly commissions. This is where you're going to see when you access the pay portal. Here is where you can see and take money out and the things that, see what they've paid you, etc. So one of the things that we have to constantly, wait a second.
que nosotros tenemos que ver es el auto
that
shipment.
we have to
Recuerden
see
de que
is the
ustedes
auto
tienen el
shipment.
auto shipment.
Remember that
En
you
este
are
negocio,
in
el
auto
auto
shipment.
shipment
In
es
this
lo que le
business,
va a
the
traer
auto
el
shipment is what
retorno
is going to
todos los
bring
meses,
the money
todos los meses, todos
each
los
month,
meses.
each month, each month.
So, es muy importante que cuando
So
vayan a
it is
inscribir a
very
una
important
persona,
for you when you're going to
te asegures
enroll
tú que le
someone
tienes el auto
to
envío.
make sure that you
¿Cómo tú
have
le
them on
explicas el
auto
auto
shipment.
envío?
How do you explain an auto shipment?
A mí no me gusta explicar que ojo una membresía
I
ni nada de
don't
eso. A mí me
like to
gusta
explain that it's a
explicarlo como
membership
que
or
es
anything like
lo que
that.
tú
I
tienes
like
que
to
pagar
explain it
para tener
as
tu negocio
it's
activo
what you have to
todos los
pay to
meses.
have an active
Y a la
business
misma vez
every
te van
month.
a dar parches
And at the same
para que
time,
te
you're
den
going to get patches
a ti. Otra
for
cosa que
you.
también es, si tú necesitas,
Another
si tú
thing
quieres
is
tu
that
enlace,
if you want your link
tu enlace para mandarle a las personas,
to
tú vienes aquí a
send
la
it,
organización,
you go here
llega
to
donde
the
dice nueva
organization,
inscripción,
you go where it says new enrollment,
sales de aquí
you leave this part here.
y esto aquí arriba, si tú vienes aquí,
And this
ves
that
aquí
you have
arriba
up here,
dice
if you go up here, you see that says
lifewave.com/Carlos
lifewave.com
20%.
slash
Eso
Carlos
yo lo copio,
20%. This is
lo
something that
guardas
I
y eso
copy
es
and
lo
I
que tú le
save,
vas a
and that
enviar
is
a
what
las
you're going
personas
to send your
para que ellos puedan llegar y inscribirse. Cuando tú le mandes esto
interested
a las
people for
personas,
them to be able to enroll.
esto es lo que ellos es donde ellos van a entrar.
When you send this
Y
to
aquí es
them,
donde
that's
están
where
los
how they're
paquetes.
going to access and see the different
¿Lo pueden
packs.
ver todo conmigo?
Can you all see it with me?
All right.
All right.
Vicky, esto es muy importante para ti y para
This is
ustedes
something
personas
very
también
important,
saber
Vic, for you
que
and for
es nuevo
Isabel
para ustedes.
also. I know it's new for
Eh,
you. So
esto que ustedes ven aquí
this that you see
en
here
el PV es lo
in
que
the
es
PV,
puntos
these are the
volumen
personal points,
personal.
personal volume.
Y ahora,
And
creo que era
now
Sherry
I think it was
que nos
Sherry
preguntó
who
cómo
asked
llegar.
how to reach manager, right? And how do we reach manager? You're going to see it here. Let me zoom in a bit. So why do we want to reach the manager rank, okay? For you to be able to reach manager, here you see that you need to sign in 2 people on your left and 2 on your right. How do I put people on my left or my right? So how do you do this? You're going to go here on the top. Here you can see the top that, well, first of all, something that I didn't say, that here you can change your language. You do this on onboarding on Thursdays, and you can change your language. But if you come here and you change the setup, underneath here, you see what leg you should be in. So, Isabel, you are going to enroll your brother and your cousin, okay? The first 2 people, you want them to be in the same side. So in this case, you're going to place those 2 people, Isabel, for example, like I said, your brother and your cousin, they are going to be placed on the right side. So when they are placed on the right side, this is what you're going to see here. You're going to see those 2 on this side, right? Correct? Are you with me? So now you have to come here, like I taught you, to the top where it says change configuration, and I change him to the left now. You see there's something green here? So now the next person, your friend and your work colleague, are going to be placed on the left side. That already qualifies you to be a manager, but something very important is that you have to have minimum 180 points each one. And if you look here, look at how many points Core gives you. So what does that mean? You cannot sign up a retail client on your left side and it's not going to count to be manager. You know what I mean? You understand? It can only be one of these 3 that you can enroll on each side, okay? So that's one of the parts. Now, the second part that I want you to see, and I'm happy that we all have it in front of us, Look at what it says down here. 300 points in personal volume, right? What does that mean? If Isabel, I don't know what pack you enrolled with, but imagine that you enrolled with Core, okay? I don't know. If you enrolled like as a Core, look at what happened. You have 180 points only. Let's go back. But to be able to reach manager, how many points do I need? 300 points. Did you understand? That doesn't mean that you cannot reach manager. But now the process is going to become a bit longer because the only way that you can increase the points is selling sleeves to retail clients. That is going to increase that points in volume. So how do I like to explain that? This is how I explain it. In one way or another, you paid $300. Okay, you saved $135. But you're going to do double the work now because you don't have the 300 points that you need to be manager. So now I have to sign someone up. I have to sign people up for them to fall on my right or left leg, but I also have to sell products to increase these points to reach 300. So what do I say to people? So if you want to enroll and work the business, you have to do it with a bank. No, I can't because of money. Okay, perfect. Then enroll with Core and then you can upgrade. But when you enroll with Advanced, you already have the 300 points that you need to be able to be manager. Because what happens, Isabel? If you have Core and you have 180 points here, and you have not 4 people, but you have 6 people, 3 on each side, you're not going to get to manager. And why do we want to get to manager? And somebody write in the chat, the older people that have been here for a longer time, please. Come on, my oldies of my life wave oldies. Okay, Marta replied. Okay, and I'm not literally, sorry, I'm not literally calling anybody old here, okay? I just want you to know. Yes, Marta, I do have to put that on top because if not, people, start shouting at me and so on. They get upset. Okay, yes, exactly. We want to reach manager because that is what is going to unblock this. So I'm jumping a bit from here to there, but when I reach manager, it unlocks this way of earning money. Before I reach manager, the maximum that I could earn was $100 in the binary part that I'm going to show you. But if I'm not manager, I cannot earn this. So Isabel, let's say that you signed your cousin in and your cousin fell in love with this product and she's selling it and she's enrolling people like crazy. She is already on the director rank, senior director, and all that. If you're not a manager, you're not earning anything from her. And look what you can earn, 25% out of every $1,000. So for example, if they sell $1,000, 25% is yours. 1,000, 20%. The third person underneath, 20%. So if your cousin and her cousin and his cousin, 3 lines underneath, you're going to earn money out of all those people. But if we don't reach manager, because we did not enroll 4 people, then that doesn't open for us. The other way is because we want to reach manager, the maximum that you are going to earn. Wait a sec. Irma, help me please with somebody who's not on mute. The maximum that you are going to be able to earn in the binary is $100. Because you're not manager, I'm going to use the same example. Isabel, who did you enroll with? With whose team? Can I see it on the chat? Or Vicky, also you, whose team did you enroll with? Okay, perfect. Excellent. Okay, Andreina and Jonathan. So Vicky, Andreina is running with this business. She is generating volume that helps you. That volume, you're going to have it saved right there. And now you have one person or two people who are generating a lot of volume. You know what I mean? So you have Andreina's volume that she generated on one side because she's your upline. Because she is the person who enrolled you, she helps you and she gives you volume. So you have volume from her side, and now you enroll two people on the other leg, and they are generating volume for you too. This is what we call cycles, correct? So look at this. So let's say that you have, this is where everybody gets confused. Every 660 points that you have on your strong leg, Vicky, your strong leg is going to be the one that has most points. And the weak leg is the one that has least points. How do you determine that? You never know on which leg you can increase more, right? So we always have it on one because we want that leg to grow more due to the cycles. So what happens if you have on your right leg 20,000 points and on your left leg 40,000, but you never reached manager? Because you didn't reach manager, the maximum that you're going to do is $100. Because each 330 on one side and 660 on the other side, it's erased and becomes $50. Afterwards, 330 on this side, 660 on that side, and you combine them and it's $50. So the more volume you have, the more combinations you can do in each cycle that when they are combined become $50. But if you're not manager, you are limited to $100 a week. That is why it is so important for those four people. Those four people, we have to search for them now. And right now we are going to start the best moment. If you don't sign something, enroll someone, sorry, in January, February, March, we're going to have a very deep conversation about that. Because what happens on January 1st? Everybody wants to make plans. Everybody wants to open a business. Everybody wants to go to the gym. Everybody wants to do something new that they didn't do last year. And now, in these times, we have to be talking to everybody, talking. We have these months. We have an event already scheduled for the beginning of February that is not posted yet, where we're going to teach Airbnb and fix and flip for 7 days. Why do I do it at the beginning of February? Because the whole month of January, we are promoting it because everybody starting the new year wants to do new things, wants to have goals, and that is where you appear to propose and to teach what this business is. So that is why it is very, very important for us to reach manager, which is to be able to have two people on your left and two people on your right. Now, this is something that I'm going to say to you, and this is something that I say to you every day. How are you going to enroll that person? If you start talking about the product, about the money that they're going to earn, about the business, about all those things, you're not going to enroll anyone or very little people. We have to ask questions. I am getting ready with a sales course that I'm going to take a few months to prepare. That is going to be hours and hours and hours and hours of recordings. And one of the things that I'm going to teach there is that you have to be aggressive. The first thing is being aggressive. And I'm not talking about, come on, you have to buy from me because this is this and that. No, not that kind of aggressive. Aggressive in asking questions. Don't give them a chance don't give them a chance to ask you a question. You have to ask and ask and ask and ask again and another question and another question and another question. Why? Because they're going to sell themselves. They're going to sell themselves in. Why do you, what are you going to do this New Year, Vicky? Well, I don't know yet. I'm still thinking about it. Haven't you thought about doing anything new, anything different? I have actually. And what are you thinking of? I still don't know. Why don't you know yet? Because I have no idea. Have you searched what to do? No, truthfully, I haven't been searching. So what are you going to do differently then? Did you see? And we continue asking questions and we continue. I'm not sure I'm going to have time today to do this, but I'm telling you this. You want to increase your sales and be successful in this business, practice asking questions. That's it. Nothing else. I can take off my name if necessary, if you don't close. Because people with those kinds of answers are going to say to you what they are searching for. They don't care at all what Vicky liked about the business or how amazing the patches are for Vicky or how they took Isabella's pain away. People don't care. They just care about what is going to solve them something in their lives. We're all the same way, all of us. Everyone. That's what we care about. And how do I know what this is going to solve in their lives? Well, asking them, asking you, asking questions. They try to ask you, you ask them first. If you're doubting, ask a question. You don't know what to say? Ask a question. And they themselves will be talking to you because everybody likes to talk. And the only thing I need to do is to put things in front of you, and you are going to fall yourself in the trap. And with that information, okay, what business do you want to start, Vicky? Well, I want to start this business or that business. What information have you searched about that business? Well, I started searching this. And how expensive is that going to be with you? For starters, like $30,000. And do you have that money available, Vicky? No, I have to search for it. And what happens if you don't find that money that you need? I don't know. Are you going to be able to have a business? I don't think so. And how are you going to feel if you can't open your business? Would you be willing to listen about a business that you can start with less than $500? Yeah, of course, I wouldn't close my door to that. And that's how we start. She's open or he's open to listen. But that's for another class. Sorry that I started talking about that. I got lost now. This is the other way that we can generate money is enrolling each time that we enroll someone. Oh, it's not here. So everybody who was here obviously chose a pack. So each time that you, Vicky, you enroll a core for those 4 cores is $25 per core, $75 per advanced, and premium $405. That is, like I said, the 5 ways that we can earn money, and this is the one that we least use, which is the retail client. The commission is higher than enrolling a core. But here is where I need, and I would like you to start changing your mindset to what is business and not, and I don't want to say employee, but I do want you to analyze why. I enroll a person, I give them a sleeve, $150, they pay, I earn 50. Could it happen or not happen that that person doesn't feel anything? I don't know if that person drinks enough water, how that person's health is. I don't know. It means that if that person's patch didn't work in those 30 days, they're not coming back. So earn $50 today, but what about tomorrow? No, you're not going to have money from that person anymore. You're going to get zero out of that person because that person doesn't even want to see the patches because they didn't even work. When the owner says to us that we need to use one sleeve per each decade of life. So if I'm 50 years old, 5 months for everyone to be able to, because there's people who are different. We had one the other day. Oh, sorry, darling. Could you close the door when you finish? So we had the other day almost for 2 months someone that was like, oh, it's not working, but I'm going to continue trying it until one day it worked. Oh my God, this is the best thing there is. Imagine if I just sell them one sleeve. They're never going to get to that point. Right now, my wife is going to do a business presentation call with her because she's a high influence person. So if I'm looking and focusing only on the $50, and I do understand $50 for one person can be something that helps to pay the rent. Okay. But I want your mind to focus on if I can sell this or if I sell core, at minimum, when I sell core, the person has 3 sleeves, patches for 90 days, and is in the business. What's going to happen with this? This person being in core, each month has the auto shipment, and for each month that she has or he has one of those auto shipments, I receive volume. And if I receive volume, it becomes cycles, and cycles become money. Are you with me? So that is why I never ever talk about that part of the retail and all that. It's not my favorite part. Now, again, it's not that I'm telling you not to do it, but it is not the best option. Why? Because it's temporary. And I don't know if it's going to work or not. So that is why we always try to go to core, advanced, or premium. Okay, let me see what questions we've got in the chat now. Okay, that's an amazing question, Jose. To be able to maintain the manager position, do I have to do those 300 personal points a month? No. But what we do have to maintain is that you have to maintain people with their auto shipment. Here, you can see that it says, and this is going to happen a lot, okay? This is going to happen a lot where your day is going to come. Remember that every week, each cycle changes, right? So at the end of the month, you can see that you're on manager, 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 and one day you wake up and you're not manager anymore. What happened here? I have the points. Someone in your team is not an auto shipment anymore. Someone canceled their auto shipment because what does it say here? It's 180 points plus minimum one sleeve of auto shipment. Let me explain that a bit more in detail here. So for you to be able to work the business and earn all the commissions that there's available, you need to have two sleeves on auto shipment a month. You can combine them. I know that I'm possibly going to confuse people here, but you need 110 points a month. X39, one sleeve of 77 points. One sleeve of the other patches is 55. So you can have two patches of the other, that's 110. X39 combined with another, or two X39. X39 is the most expensive one. That's why here we always include $199 a month. But if you choose two sleeves of SP6, for example, you're going to get the points and it's not so expensive. If you don't explain this to people when they enroll, first of all, you're lying to them. And second of all, you'll see in 30 days when you have to explain to them again, oh, I forgot to tell you that you have to have a monthly subscription. And what happens? Most of the people hate the word monthly subscription because they think that it's a membership. And that is why it has to do with how you tell that person that it's going to be. However you tell them it's going to be, it's how they're going to see it. If I tell them that it's a monthly subscription, the first thing that's going to come to their heads is Netflix, things that I'm going to constantly pay and is going to be charged each month. But if I change this now and I say you're monthly paying for a website, for auto shipment, and for you to send your packs, the whole refund, the whole customer service, the whole packaging of the packs. Oh, and you get two sleeves for you to be able to use for your personal use. Now, the perspective of that person completely changes because it's not an auto shipment anymore. Now it's what I need to be able to operate my business. And so how much do you think you need to spend to be able to operate hairdressers every month? What, $5,000, $10,000 a month? Here we have it for less than $197. That's what we need to pay. Oh, but I don't want, okay, if you don't want that, this is not business for you. One of the things that we have to do, if you don't want to, marry with someone, okay, bye. Let's go to the next. Don't marry. There are two things, and this is something that I'm going to talk about in that course that I'm going to do. I don't know when yet. But there are objections and there are conditions, right? The person can have a condition in which literally they don't have the $535. The person isn't working. Let me give you an example. If I have the best restaurant in the world, the whole world is coming to my restaurant to eat this steak, this amazing beef steak. But you've been a vegetarian your whole life. I'm not going to be able to sell you my amazing steak. So that's a condition. Because I can be the best seller in the world, but you're not going to buy this meat because the condition is not going to allow you to buy it. Now, objection is I don't have time. That is an objection. But why don't you have time, Vic? No, because I've been running the whole day between work and going to search for the kids at school. And how does that make you feel? Frustrated, very frustrated because I don't have time. How would your life be if you did have time? Now I know that she has an issue with having enough time. How would your life be if you would be able to have more flexibility in your times? And that's where I start talking and I start asking, and I keep on asking more questions because her pain point is her time. If Vicky is saying that she doesn't have time in her life, and I'm talking about, and I never talk about time to Vicky, and I'm just talking about the benefits of the SP6, of losing weight, for example, that wasn't Vicky's pain. Vicky's pain is that she doesn't have time. So it's very good to be able to notice the difference. Okay, another question. I enrolled as core. How much money do I need to reach advanced in 1 month? I don't remember exactly how much you need to sell, but you need to sell certain amount. I think it's 2 retail clients, if I remember correctly. I think it's 2 retail clients if you don't want to do the upgrade. Somebody wrote it down this day. You can do the upgrade whenever you want. It doesn't expire. You can upgrade whenever you want. And you can upgrade to premium. If you have a product, I can share product. If I don't have a product, what am I going to share? And still, out of 10, 8 come back. And they say, how do I search for it? How can I get it? How do I do it? I shared it. That's what we do. This is your business. If you treat it like a business, it's going to treat you like a business back. If we take it like, oh yeah, whatever. Well, that's what you're going to see reflected weekly in your account. All right. What else? Okay, to be able to access the rank. Wait, I'm not understanding this question. Adriana, if somebody doesn't want to enroll due to auto shipment, okay, bye. And this is something else. Listen to this. Here, I'm never going to show you to be an employee, okay? You can't go behind everyone running after them and be a babysitter. And what happens? Isabel is going to use you. Just like an example. I'm going to use Isabel. I hope you don't mind. Isabel comes and she says, That friend of mine that is going to enroll doesn't want to enroll because she doesn't want to do auto shipment. Do you know something about that, Maria? Don't worry, I'll pay for the auto shipment. Okay, I have my fourth person now here. What's Maria going to do next month? Are you going to continue paying the monthly subscription? Or let me include my mom or my grandmom. So for me to reach the rank. You're going to have to pay for it because they become ghosts. Or we're going to spend our time trying to convince that friend that Adriana placed there. The first month, possibly, okay. The second month, because he didn't see it. You don't see it. I don't got time for that, okay? I don't have the time to sit here and try to convince you to have the time to see this opportunity. They are not doing you a favor. They're not doing you a favor. And this is something that you need to know and believe in. You're giving an opportunity to them. This is no favor. I'm not like, oh, please do me a favor. No, hell no. Absolutely not. I'm here coming to you with an opportunity that can change your life if you see it as so. You don't want to do it? Okay, bro, next. And that is why you shouldn't feel bad or discouraged or, oh, people keep on saying no to me. We have to analyze certain things, of course, how you're explaining it, what you're saying. But if people don't want to enter the business because of the auto shipment, perfect. But the next time that you hear this, remember that I was the one who talked about it first because they're going to see it. They are going to realize. What is this that I'm reading? Fear of not being accepted. Okay, fear of rejection. Look, I know I'm going to talk deep about this, but when a person rejects you, and I'm going to finish with this because I'm going to take 12 minutes that we have left talking about this, and I want you to hear this, and this is something that I have in my notes, okay? Each one of us have something which is in English your higher and lower self, which is your personality at its highest and its lowest. You can say you have a positive voice or a negative voice. You can call it the angel and the devil, however you want to call it, but we all have that voice. And what happens, we have arrived living our whole life hearing that negative voice, and you shouldn't do that. And it's difficult not to do it. Rachel does it because she was famous, but I'm not famous. You know what? I didn't start in the gym in January when last year. And you start hearing that voice, and your whole life you've been hearing that same voice, that same voice, that same voice. And that same voice is the one that has stopped you from being able to take a time because that same voice loves to be comfortable. That voice loves being comfortable. That voice doesn't like having something new. That voice dislikes it. And each time you hear that voice, I don't look good, I'm fat, I'm ugly, it's that same voice. And and I'm being very brief here, when a person says to you, no, I cannot be that, it's that voice. It's not them, it's that voice that is saying that to them. You can't do this. And you're listening to it. That is the objection, that voice. And when we know what is happening there, look, I just need to fight with that voice. And I need to show the person that they can do it. And what happens when you hear that voice? The other one, the angel, the positive voice, that's when you start seeing a change. That's when there starts being a change. Because the objections don't come from them. It comes from that voice that you're saying, no, I can't go to search for $500 now. What if your son was kidnapped right now and they said, find this amount of money in half an hour or we're going to shoot him? Would you find that amount of money? Of course you would, because now the urgency is much greater than what you were saying that it was. You were saying, Vicky, you need more time, right? You need more time with your family, right? Yes, it's true. You do need more time. Now Vicky's thinking about it because if it's something urgent that truly hurts, go search for $500. When we are going to invest in a building, what do we have to do? We have to search for millions. If not, we can't purchase that building. So just because I don't have those millions, does that mean I'm not going to purchase those buildings? I'll search for them. I don't have the 500. I'm not going to start the business because I don't have them. Search for them. Oh, it's difficult. Yeah, it is. Exactly. It is difficult. Of course, it's difficult. If it was easy, everything, right? If things were easy. And that is why when we say, I'm going to see you on Thursday because I'm going to do Thursday's class. And I think this is the last week that we have class. But this is a time now. We are on the 17th, getting ready and getting ready and getting ready and working hard for what is coming, thinking about January 2nd. What are we going to do? And the first 3 months of the business, really big things are going to come out of this business. I don't know if it's the documentary already or the first 3 months of the year, but I think that for the second and the third quarter, the documentary is going to be on Netflix of the owner talking about all this. So what do you think is going to happen? Everybody's going to want to do it. And you're here first before anyone. So what we have to do is leverage this, not be silent. We cannot be silent. No, yes, of course, the money is amazing. But man, we have a product that can save somebody's life. We have a product in our hands that somebody the day of tomorrow can wake up without pain. This lady that my wife is seeing today, her mom had migraines, chronic migraines that no doctor could take away. She used a patch for a month and a half, and she sent us an audio saying that her mom's pain decreased in a 90% for the first time. And that was amazing. Imagine if we don't share these patches with that person. The poor lady living her life with a migraine and migraine. I'm not saying that this is going to take everyone's migraine away. I don't know what this does to each bodies, but this is the power. This is not a makeup. This is not to look good. No, this is for health. And obviously, we have many testimonials that we know that this works. Another question before we finish, because I think I have time for one more question. Let me see what I find here. Nobody else has questions? You can write them down here in the chat, please. Okay, guys. Yes, the pack. Which pack, Cheryl? Oh, the maintenance pack. Okay, perfect. Let me share this for a moment. That's a very good question. So we have something which is a maintenance pack because what is a maintenance pack, okay? Since we have to do an auto shipment each month when you purchase a maintenance pack. Okay, here it is. Yes, maintenance kits, sorry. It can cover even up to 6 months of your requirements of auto shipment. So if I come and I purchase a maintenance kit of X39, it covers 6 months of auto shipment. I don't remember. I think it has, this one brings 9 sleeves. And I pay $150. Already for during 6 months, you don't have to have your auto shipment scheduled because this covers it all. Here you see it says it. It's covered for 6 months. So why do I need this? To share it. To share. My wife and I literally, I don't know if you saw that call of the doctor with my wife on Monday on YouTube. We used, and you know what I started using? Well, my wife started actually putting it on me because I didn't want to allow her because the one that who is growing older is me and not her. So she had me to start using the cream. And my wife was spending in creams. I don't know what the brand was, but it was tiny and costed like hundreds of dollars. And she preferred this one much more. And she started putting it on me. And I noticed a difference, which is something that I don't really pay attention to. So we are constantly, you know, we have all the kits except for this one. All the rest of them, we have them, all of them. And they work amazingly. Us, okay? That's us. You don't have to do that. You can buy this one. You see, it's 20 times 1,629. These are things that you can start doing. Obviously, I recommend, hey, maybe earn money first, right? It's up to you, whatever you want to do. But the goal is to reach manager as quick as possible. And let's start getting ready for this new year. Guys, I need to leave to another meeting. I will see you on Thursday. Remember that we have the presentation call on Thursday. Tell the interested people that want to enroll, that are thinking about it, hey, don't wait until the new year. That is what poor, scarce minds think of. Let's start now so you can start the new year running and you don't need to start running on New Year's. So on Thursday, invite your teams to the presentation call, which is for you. I'm going to do it in 30 minutes, maybe possibly in less. So just say, can you give me 30 minutes of your time? And it might change your life. You have nothing to lose. Invite them and see you on Thursday. God bless you guys. Bye.